Following the money tonight, 7 on Your Side investigates what could have been done to help Californians insure their homes.
It's very unfortunate.
It's shocking.
We don't know what the alternative would be.
Why did state lawmakers kill 2 bills aimed at helping homeowners? Good evening, I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. 7 on Your Side Investigates is dedicated to bringing you transparency and holding elected officials accountable. One of the most pressing issues facing Californians today, as you may know personally, is the insurance crisis. At least 7 of the state's property insurers, like State Farm and Allstate, have either dropped out of California altogether or are only providing limited fire coverage.
And as 7 on Your Side Stephanie Sierra found, 2 bills that aim to reduce insurance costs for consumers just failed in the state legislature.
Yes, Stephanie is here now with more on the money trail behind the vote. Stephanie.
Yes, Dan and Amma, there's a lot of it. Supporters say these 2 bills would have paved the way for more transparency and lower costs to Californians who are actually putting in the work to reduce wildfire risks around their home. But both of those bills failed, and we found the group of lawmakers who oppose them are getting millions of dollars from the insurance industry.
This is where the palm tree was.
Tom Grossman lives in the Oakland Hills. He's transformed his palm tree property from this to this.
It went right up and the leaves were into the window. We have the 5-foot non-combustible zone adjacent to the house. Very few oily plants keep these cut back really tight.
$15,000 worth of fire mitigation.
We don't want our house to burn down.
When he first moved here in 2017,
our old insurance company in Danville refused to touch any houses in this area.
Now, 7 years later,
getting insurance up here is difficult to impossible.
He says 6 of his neighbors have already been dropped by their insurance provider this year, despite investing tens of thousands of dollars into their property. 2 bills that aim to prevent that failed in the state legislature this summer. Assembly Bill 2416 would have rewarded homeowners with insurance discounts if certain mitigation efforts are met.
Senator Becker.
And Senate Bill 1060 would have required insurers using risk models for underwriting to not only account for mitigation efforts, but require the insurance department to make the reports and evaluations public to enhance transparency. But the critics of these bills argue they're too complicated and confusing.
Like your feelings.
State Senator Josh Becker, the author of SB 1060, told 7 on Your Side he did not bring it up for a final hearing because it didn't have the votes. We found Becker received more than $417,000 from finance, insurance, and real estate industries since assuming office. That's according to nonprofit and watchdog group Follow the Money, an organization that tracks campaign contributions funneled to candidates from individuals and political action committees.
I think the companies didn't want it to pass. They don't want any more burdens on them.
It's very unfortunate.
7 on Your Side investigates found 8 state senators voted no on Becker's bill, with 3 others absent for the vote. That group of 11 lawmakers received a combined total of more than $4 million from finance, insurance, and real estate industries since assuming political office. That's according to a 9-team analysis of a report compiled by Follow the Money.
$4 million is an awful lot of money in a state legislature to give to less than a dozen legislators because the contribution limits are so low. It means that they really, really mobilized.
7 on Your Side found all of the legislators who voted against Senator Becker's bill represent districts with high fire risk areas where insurance companies have dropped or restricted issuing policies.
It's shocking. If you're not taking into consideration those type of wildfire prevention tactics, then what are you modeling? What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense.
The politician who received the most money, more than $866,000 from those industries, is State Senator Janet Wynn, who represents District 36, encompassing parts of Orange County, including Laguna Niguel, where at least 20 homes were destroyed last year during the coastal fire. We reached out for comment as to why she voted against the bill, but have yet to hear back. Another lawmaker who voted no, State Senator Brian Dahle, whose district encompasses areas of the 2015 Butte Fire, the 2020 Bear Fire, the 2021 Dixie Fire, and the deadliest fire in the state's history, the 2018 Camp Fire.
Senator, you know firsthand the struggle your constituents are facing when it comes to getting home insurance. Why did you vote no on SB 1060?
Well, 1060 is a very complicated bill that didn't really make sense. And it was basically the author pulled the bill because he didn't have the votes, because it wasn't something that was going to help Californians.
Well, the bill would have required insurance companies to factor in mitigation efforts for homeowners. How is that not helping Californians?
There was a lot of things in that bill that, a lot of moving pieces. It was very complicated and somewhat not workable with what the governor was trying to do through his executive orders, and that's why the bill died, and that's why I voted against it.
The governor's office told 7 on Your Side that's not true. We received the following statement saying the governor supported SB 1060 and any current executive orders would not have conflicted with this legislation. Senator Dolly has helped secure millions of dollars for wildfire prevention projects and has introduced legislation to support fuel mitigation in his district. But he says he doesn't believe mandating private companies to do more is the solution.
But at the end of the day, putting more onerous restrictions on companies and the legislature is not the answer.
According to Follow the Money, Senator Dolly received more than $570,000 from finance, insurance, and real estate industries since assuming office in the state assembly in 2012. That's 56% of all the money he's received while in office.
At any point in those discussions with insurance industry representatives, have you ever felt they've influenced your decision on any vote?
Not at all. I want to drive down the cost. You can only drive down the cost when you take the risk away.
So you're talking about driving down costs. Do you agree that mandating insurance companies to factor in mitigation efforts would help with that?
You can require them to do anything you want, and that happens here every day. But they just stop writing policies. They just move out of the state. That's not an option either.
You know, Senator, I don't feel like I got an answer to that question. Do you support the idea?
Look, I've been supporting the ability to do preventive maintenance. I think that's a great idea.
That idea is currently underway in Oakland with the Fire Safe Council, a volunteer group that works to reduce wildfire risks in the neighborhood. Tom's neighbor, Marty Kaplan, is doing things like removing all the highly flammable juniper around his property.
Substantial cost, at least $100,000 to do that work. And it makes us wonder, what about people who can't afford these mitigation efforts?
And the people who can't even get insurance.